Yeah, all the inputs are in there. It's great. Because that's the way Doom works. Because Doom's deterministic, it literally just repeats your inputs. And the monster AI randomness is a table. Like, it's literally just a table that flicks through. Because there's, in most games you could say, oh, this gun has a damage range of this to this. But with something like a shotgun, you can say, okay, so it's impossible to hit this high of a DPS with this shotgun, because this is the highest, you know, technically the highest you can do is, say, 10 damage per shot, and there's 10 shots, so you should be able to do 100. But you might be able to say you can only do 87 damage, because that's the highest in the table of random inputs you can get, and it literally just increments through this table. It's incredible how it works. But it saves on so much data, so much processing power of actually producing a random number, but it's random enough, and it allows you to do demo analysis and stuff like that. And it means you can't do RNG manipulation in Doom, because all it takes to prove that you did RNG manipulation is for someone who doesn't have your RNG manipulation to try and run the game and runs your demo back. It runs with proper RNG, and the demo desyncs, because in your game you RNG manipulated and your shotgun does 100 damage every time, and in my game it doesn't, and so you didn't kill that guy. It's super sick. Yeah, I think if we could rewatch demos in this, that'd be so nice. I feel like it's something that could be modded in, because there's an action replay code in Mario Kart DS, because for some reason the way replays work in Mario Kart DS, it's like a cinematic, where it doesn't show your camera from like here, it shows like the cinematic camera in Artifrally, and you can't get it to re-show like this. Well, same way you can't in Artifrally. But there's an action replay code that effectively what it does, instead of playing it back as a replay, it plays it back as an actual run, where you're racing your ghost and it reruns the whole run properly. It's really weird, I'm not quite sure how it works. But you can see on some corners the ghost sort of desyncs and pokes out from your solid character model, because the ghost runs at less frame rate than your real. I think it's like 20 frames a second or something. Oh, it's hella complicated, but works. Well, I say works, I couldn't get it to work. I need to work out how to get it to work, because it would be cool to be able to watch my demos back properly. But I don't really need it, because the reason I would want to use it is if I set a really competitive time in Mario Kart DS, or a time I was really pleased with or something, I'd like to load that save, because I've got an R4, so I can get the save file off of it. Load that save onto an emulator and record it on PC, because you can't record things on the DS without a capture card, and I don't play my DS enough to get a capture card. And I know that if I did get a capture card, I'd probably still wouldn't play it as much as it would be worth. Like, it's worth a 20 quid capture card for the amount I play Mario Kart on the Wii or the Switch or whatever. Absolutely worth it. Like, the Switch is probably my favourite console ever, just because it's portable. and home console, so I can stream it really easily and can chuck it in the car. But the Mario Kart on it is a bit dull to time trial at a high level, I find. It's got loads of interesting tech, but it's super just like... It's precise. That's my problem with it. It's super precise. There's no kind of leeway for just kind of do it better, like there is in Mario Kart, where you get to just wiggle your ass off, or in this, where you're going to be so not perfect inputs needed, but I think it's kind of like your first run is going to be pretty good. You know, if you get a clean run through, it's going to be pretty good. And then it's just about... shit. It's about holding your controller in the perfect way to charge a mini turbo slightly faster. And timing your jump inputs right, and then it becomes very quickly you have to do certain tricks that are very difficult to do. And then it becomes very tech heavy, which I don't enjoy, rather than mechanical. It's mechanical skill, but it's the mechanical skill I don't enjoy, sort of thing. And unlike in this, where if I bugger up a corner or go wide or something like that, I can still continue the run and I can make the time back. Quite a lot of the things in Mario Kart mean that you're just going to hit a wall. Like you're literally doing this to take a shortcut, you're going to hit a wall, something like that. You use your mushroom wrong. You've really got to do it perfectly. It's fun. It's fun. And it's certainly... I think the main thing is, it doesn't suit me as a time trialist, but it does suit a lot of people as time trialists. And it suits online a lot better. Because... yeah. CR? What's CR? Oh, custom rally. Custom rallies are just because I would... Me and Doma had a talk about this. It depends how much... how much getting affected by a dirty car affects it. Because in theory there would be an if dirty car affects your top speed, there would in theory be an optimal way where you put the fastest tracks after the cleaning. But at the same time, it is a way of being optimised, and at the same time, we never clean our cars. And honestly, you put one stage, you're going to be fully dirty after 15k or whatever. So, I also don't want to talk shit about this community, but do not think that we are, in the next 10 years, going to get to a point where we have optimised speedrunning to matter about your bloody dirty car. Yeah, if it was damaged, it would matter. And that's the thing with this game. It's the same thing that quite a lot of games with a lot of tracks and a lot of leaderboards have. How many are actually really optimised? Versus Mario Kart 64. There are 16 tracks. 32 if you include glitched categories. Here, there are 1,920. There's over 100 custom rallies. It's 160, I think, isn't there? Because there'll be 8 8 countries, wet and dry. 10 cars. Well, not even 10 cars actually, so yeah, well, it would just be over 100. Oh yeah, a good amount are definitely optimised. But maxed optimised, you know. Like, Frankie went in the other week and found a time that I think him and someone else were 10 seconds ahead of the 3rd place. So it had been pushed by those two. And he managed to take a second off of it. I can't remember what track it was. But like, we're not getting optimised for these speed runs to the point where it matters. So I don't think it matters. It's the same thing where so Mario Kart Double Dash has random tracks if you do an all cup tour, and theoretically there is a fastest random set of options. It's mostly personal preference on those random set, but in reality you don't want 2 really focus heavy tracks after each other. And you also want to keep the ones where you do the same kinds of tricks near to each other so that you can practice them. But like, that is not the sort of optimization anyone's getting to. So yeah, I'd say we can probably do it in whatever order you want, as long as there's one of each and they're either all rain or all dry. We're also still waiting on an update for the custom rally saver mod, because it currently doesn't work with 12 stages. It can't save a 12-stage rally. And you can't save a 10-stage rally, load it into a 12-stage rally as well, because it changes the total stage number. So yeah, we're waiting on that. I might do it myself because it might not be too difficult. It depends if the tools are available for me and easy to install and everything. I don't think this shuffle works very well because I'm sure that I get the same songs. I'm not sure if it's like a stable shuffle by mistake or something, or if the LC's just got a bug in it at the minute where it always uses the same random seed. Balls. I think you replied to it. I saw the other day on the speedrun thing as a screenshot from your speedrun, the marathon speedrun one, with the guy going, I think I found a game-breaking shortcut on the Indonesia track, the shortest track in the game. You could just drive backwards. You know, you'd be right if this was Trackmania. But unfortunately, this game has reset zones. And the devs aren't quite that stupid. Yeah. We don't have the other thing is, if that was Trackmania, someone would have put a checkpoint somewhere around that. We just don't have checkpoints in this game. Well, there are actually checkpoints, but fair. I don't, it was quite funny to see, but mostly just on the basis that it's like, do you really think our devs are that bad? Do you have that little faith in the devs of this game? Because to be fair, some of the most ridiculous speedrunning discoveries over the years have come from people who didn't know the game very well, because they came in, didn't understand, you know, it's the whole I didn't understand the rules and that people had expected that you couldn't do that sort of thing. Yeah, I've seen the cuts in some of the Colin McRae games. Hell, I didn't realise I was actually making a cut as a kid. But I saw it in a speedrun. I was like, a guy, and at a marathon, and a guy was like, so yeah, there's quite a few shortcuts like this. It was on one of the first stages you see in the game. Quite a few shortcuts. You just kind of take this path down here. I thought it was the actual path, because it was, to me, it looked like there was a tree on a hairpin and there was two lines. And from cycle racing, I'm used to seeing two lines. I'm used to seeing a more difficult line where you drop down a technical descent that's quite steep and you've got to get your body weight right and everything like that, and then it's a sharper corner. It's kind of two right angles, or carry on and take it wide and keep your speed. Like, I'm used to that. So I saw that, looked at it, went, that as a kid. Then you look at how much it actually cuts off and you're like, oh, okay. It's like 150 meters. Some of the mad cuts that ProPro was doing in EA Sports WRC, just turning up and absolutely destroying that game, was so funny. Just to see all these sim racers in the comments on Reddit going, you can't do that! What? Are you telling me that if you could take a shortcut you wouldn't? That was fantastic. That's a case of someone coming in from a different game with a different point of view. Yeah, with that point of view of everything's cuttable. See where the lines extend. And I think it also helped because from what I've seen and what I've read a little bit, that game has a new out of bounds system that's kind of similar to the Art of Rally one, where you're allowed to go out of bounds, but only up to a certain point. But then there's certain like hardcore stop-offs, you know. There's a few hardcore, this is the end, this is out of bounds, this is a red box. And Pro's just absolutely mad. The titles of the videos were great as well. Beating world records in new dirt rally game by crashing into every wall possible. And then the official EA Sports account replied to it as well. That was the best part. The official YouTube account replied to it and went, "Thanks for showing us this. We're looking into these issues." I was just looking at it and thinking, God, Pro must be looking at this game and going, wow, Art of Rally's barriers, they're a bit harsh, aren't they? Oh no, you can't get rid of that kind of shit. It's been done, but it limits things. It makes the games unfun, because Richard Burns Rally does it. They have some super severe rules on what you can and can't crash into, and you will just get destroyed by anything, because that is a super hardcore sim. But you couldn't give that to the masses. I tried playing it. Admittedly, I was playing it with a keyboard because I couldn't get my controller to connect. But I crashed into one tree and my wheel fell off on easy damage. Like, you can't give that to the casual player on the Xbox. Like, EA has to sell copies. So it's like, yeah, there's a time and a place. And I think that was fair enough for my wheel to fall off. Smashed into the side of a... Ah, piss off. Don't die. Look, it's loaded. Try and upload it, please. Just stick me in there. You've loaded it. Oh, it's a bloody world record as well. Come on, game. Come on. So apparently, I've been told, the upload failed, please check your connection. That doesn't mean that it stopped trying. Because I've actually got one in Sardinia that's really weird. If I go onto you, it's local, but I'm in the top 10. It's really weird. Let's hope for the best. See if it's come up. Because the only other option is... you just go out, you reload it. Go to top. I'm not there. I'm going to have to do it again. Oh well. If you can do it once, you can do it again, but faster. At least that's what I tell myself when I fuck up on the last corner. When I'm like way ahead. Or get to the last checkpoint like a second ahead of PB. In something. If you can do it once, you can do it again, but faster. Oh yeah. It's entirely copium. Because the reality is you can fuck it up again, but faster. You can fuck it up by not getting to the last section. I don't think we're world recording. Good luck, dude. don't know if we are going to get world record after all of this. Piss. Don't think we are. I'm pretty sure my time was a 2:39 actually. No, you can't see the time. This is from first to last. That would suck. Yeah. Oh well, rip world record. It's not last. It's a world record in my heart. I'm a J2O second, bollocks. Forgot I had that. Did you crash the weekly or daily or whatever? Oh no. Disaster. I crashed off the road twice and ended up third instead of first. So instead of knocking 7 seconds off the time, I was 17 seconds off the pace. Oh well, rip world record. Shit happens. World records are just bonuses for this. The whole point is to finish every track. I'm one-shotting everything. Yeah, I'm going to get some world records at the minute in meme categories in Rain, Australia. I've done all of logging, and this is the last thing I'm doing in Dakar, because I knew I wanted to finish with the better cars, so like get the meme stuff out of the way, working backwards, logging, then so logging Dakar, tri-wheeler, vans, then I'm going to go 2, 3, 4. So not quite backwards. Once I get into regular cars, it'll be normal. That's the plan. To be fair, that's also the reason I started with the bonus cars first, was to give you a chance to update the leaderboards and to work out whether we're going to keep 6 or go to 12 or whatever. But if we know we're going to 12, then I can at least, I can upload them and then I can submit them later, even if you don't get around to making the leaderboards work for a bit. It doesn't really matter, but if we know we're going to 12, I can then do them in 12. And then go fill all of the custom rally leaderboards. Oh, nice. Got it done. Okay, yeah, I won't be out of this by the 1st of Jan. I was hoping to be, but having 4 days go missing to the leaderboard update thing. I was meant to finish this the day I finished work. Like, I was going to come home from work the last day, grind out the last 2 of these, and I just couldn't. The other meme category, you can only do them in time trials. But it's, well, it's trucks, so it's logging, trucks, Tri-wheeler I think is the official name, which is the little monkey. Wait, you can do these in custom rally? What the fuck am I doing in time trials then? Bollocks. Can't. Okay. I was about to go, fuck, I've got to do all of this shit. Because I would be so mad at myself if you could actually do these in custom rally. Because I'd have to do all of the logging truck and Dakar again in custom rally. Oh, I would have... Yeah. I would have given up. I'd have done them at the end. I'd have just carried on and done them at the end. Done them as submissions only rather than continuing to do them in the challenge. Because this is going to take 6 months by my estimations. If I'm doing... I can do like 1 a day after work, pretty much. Maybe once we get to like Group B, maybe Group 4, I'll do 2 a day. Norway's alright. Got 2 logging done in Norway. That's how short Norway is. 2 logging done in 1 hour and 10 minutes. Rain and snow. Snow and regular in Norway. It's like, how short's Norway? Please don't beat me in this expedition. Because I thought I wasn't the first. But turns out, as I've been going through, we all thought Schnellfahren had done it. But I've found a bunch where Schnellfahren hasn't completed them. Whether they've done it in offline and like things haven't uploaded and they just haven't cared about it or not. But I think I've found too many for that to be the case. But yeah. The main reason I did it was because I wanted, like, I get just shitty choice paralysis of what to play. So here's, you know, it's quite easy. Here's what you're playing. Start. Do it. Just play the next track. Do them in order. Because it's difficult for me because in Mario Kart I tend to try and go for overall good times. So I try to keep my worst times from being too bad. Like there's some people who have world records and haven't submitted a time for every track in like Mario Kart DS. Whereas I've got a time submitted for everything. And the first thing I do when I'm choosing a track is I look, is there anything that's like a large portion behind everything else in terms of relative time to world record or position on the track or the standards that are in the game, which are kind of like medals in Trackmania. Is there anything that's still in beginner and I've got everything else into intermediate? Alright, see you later, dude. Cheers for setting up the... what's it? Christmas Day numero dos. Have fun. Cheers for hanging out. Makes this shit go a lot faster. Yeah, I tried to keep everything kind of level, but it's really difficult in this game because, for one, you don't have any base semblance of what's good. Some tracks have been pushed and 10 seconds off the pace is very good, and some tracks haven't been pushed and 10 seconds off the pace is, you know, very, very achievable. And with 1920, the only real way to do it is random. Pick a random track and go grind it for the afternoon. Or start getting into fights with people way better than me on the Discord. What's Frankie grinding? Start picking on Frankie. Like I've got any chance. Especially if he's actually playing it. Like I could pick... there's half a chance that with a good grind and being quiet about it, I could pick off an old Frankie time. Or something. But there's absolutely no chance in hell I'm picking off one that he's actually giving me a shit about. Huh. So the thematic, the JSON... So you can make custom rallies by hand in JSON. That's pretty interesting because I do know JSON. Well enough to... Every JSON's different, innit? It's one of those. You gotta work out what's what, but yeah, like this controller scheme, I couldn't get it to work, to actually press the button to make the thing bind to the thing in the controller creator. Worked for keyboard, didn't work for controller, don't know why. Supposed to work, didn't. A few people had said the same, so I literally just remade it by hand, and it uses JSON. Negative values be faster than anyone ever. That's sick. I don't know, the only problem with that is I think we'd have to make that, like that wouldn't be speedrun legal. I feel. It technically wouldn't matter. I don't think you could do anything with it. Because it doesn't matter if you actually win the stages. Like, you can play on any difficulty in the speedrun, so even if you did set it to faster than anyone ever, I don't think it would matter. It'd only be the damage that matters. Which, as long as it's set to easy. Yeah, the only problem with it would be checking that someone hadn't done something dodgy. But I'll have a look at it because it would be entertaining. Did you? And so you say one has one in each stage. Is that like literally there's 3 stages? One is Finland. 3-stage rally in 3 different countries. Like you can do custom rallies in multiple countries with that. Because that that is sick. That would actually allow us to do years. Custom rally years, wouldn't it? Because currently you can't really do custom rally years other than doing 3 separate custom rallies, bunging them together. But if you did that, you could do 12 stages, 3 countries, 4 stages each. Which is like a end of group 4. Ah. I forget what the rally names are anyway, because it's just going to say Rally Australia. I'd make the rally make even less sense. Yeah, we've got Finland, Kenya and Indonesia. It's called Rally Australia. It's just shit with everything. That's super sick though. For sort of custom event type things, not for regular speedrunning or anything. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be super sick. Literally pick 12 random stages from anywhere in the game and play them. Which is even more mega for my choice paralysis of I don't know whether I want to play this country or that country. Why not both? Although if I'm just looking for a random thing to play, I'm probably not going to go and make a custom rally, to be fair. The website might be able to make these. That's pretty sick. Is it just like a generic JSON maker site, or has someone worked this out before? That's pretty sick. Yeah, I can see how you'd be able to do that if you gave it all of the data you needed, the track names and everything. That is pretty sick. Yeah, I'll have a flick through them in a bit, once I've finished running through all these. Which I'm pretty sure I just saw her on the last one. It's Don Bronco. That song I had it stuck in my head. It's not Bronco, Broco. That's the band. That's... what is it? It's a song that's got a name that makes no sense. Like, it's got nothing to do with anything in the song. One of those. Like Ed Sheeran's Lego House, which literally starts off with pick up the pieces and build a Lego house. That's the only thing about a Lego house in that fucking song. But this one's, I think, is even worse. I don't think it even... it might be lightning. Something like that. So for anyone who wasn't around when I was humming a bloody song earlier, trying to work out what it was. Pretty sure it was Don Broco. Just flick through some of their songs. Figure out if I can find it. They'll probably just download a bunch of it. Shit. Nice. What do we get? Those many world records. Oh, please upload. Come on, Dave. Might not be the last run. It's not said failed to upload though. So that's good. Failed to upload means it dead. Come on. Come on, come on. Did it upload? No, I think he's dead. Top local. Ah, balls. Log out. Log back in. Can't figure out if this thing really is Don Broco. I feel like it is, but I also feel like the song is lightning. I can't think why. Try endorphins. That one. Come on, upload. Hey, we're in. There we are. Finished. Finished Australia. I do need to check that I've not double tapped any of these. Because I'm missing... I think... I've got one too few drives in the truck. No, they're all there. Cool. Thank you very much for watching.